How did you get your start as an engineer? Nowadays, everybody goes to Middle Tennessee State or something to be a Pro Tools engineer, but we didn't have that back then.
No, we did not.
How did you come about it?
We had starting cleaning the toilet
Uh-huh.
school, and that's the school I went to. I actually started as a lousy musician. I was a really lousy bass player and an equal lousy singer. But I loved music, and so I had these friends that were doing a lot of music and writing a lot of stuff, and that was Carole King. And there were just a whole bunch of us that were friends. And Carole did a record called The City, and it was with another guy, Danny Korchmar, and her husband-to-be, Charles Larkey, and Jimmy Gordon played drums on it, and it was not a hit. But our friend James Taylor was having a big hit, and so I said to Carole one day, you know, we should go in and you should be a singer-songwriter by yourself.
Wow.
So...
you talked her into that?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And so we went to Lou Adler, who had been her producer, and all of a sudden he wanted to be a movie producer, and he said, sure, go ahead and do it. So we went in and we did writer, and I was the producer.
Really?
I was not the engineer. But I soon realized that as a producer, you need to be able to say to the engineer something that he can understand. And I didn't have that vocabulary. And the engineer was a really great engineer called Andrew Berliner. He was a really terrific engineer, did a huge number of Motown hits. And he had just opened the studio and literally just had it open a couple of months, and I came to do Carole King there, and I just stayed there, and I stayed there, you know, for years and years and years. So that's kind of how I got into it. I realized I needed to learn what to say to an engineer that made some kind of sense.
More bass.
Yeah, something better than more bass or louder.